to SCC Presents. I am your host, Melody Callihan. So glad you decided to join me in my dining room once again today. We have had lots of fun. I've had lots of fun talking with lots of people from the college, getting some great information out there. And I wish you all could see my screen right now because it looks like the Brady Bunch. I've got faces all over because today I am talking with our SGA officers, our current officers, and incoming. So you picked a really great show to tune into today. We're going to just let everybody introduce themselves. And Josh, we're going to start with you.
I'm Josh Snyder. I am the current Student Government Association president. I am currently a electrical engineering student and should graduate in May. And as you can see, I'm in my bedroom. I'm locked away from the wife and the kids and the pets.
Hi, my name is Antonio Ashley. I go by Shawn. I am the current SGA vice president. And as you can see, I'm at work. I'm a nursing student in the LPN program. This is going on my second semester. And that's about it for me.
Hi, I'm Anthony Brown. I'm the SGA secretary, and I'm currently in the mechatronics engineering program, and hopefully I should graduate in May. And I'm also in my bedroom, clearly. You can see the window back there.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Park, and I am the incoming SGA president. I am dual majoring in the criminal studies and the forensic science program, and I'm also in my bedroom, and I'm looking forward to this exciting new year.
Hey, I am Rachel Todd. I am the incoming SGA vice president. Since we're all talking about where we're at, I am in my closet hiding from my children. That is why I am not on screen. And I am studying office administration with a customer service background. So you'll see me probably as some cool secretary that's telling everybody what to do. That's me. That's me. Thank you.
My name is Shawn. I'm the incoming SDA secretary. And since we're studying where we're at, I'm in my office and music room. I am studying in the Med Lab Technician program and should be graduating spring of 22.
Hi everyone, and I am the lucky individual that gets to work with all of these students and Mel Callihan. Couldn't ask for anything finer. My name is Meg Sellers, and I'm the Student Engagement Coordinator on campus. And I'm also the SGA advisor, and I'm really looking forward to this SCC Presents and cannot wait to see the finished version of this one. Take it away, Mel.
I got you, Meg. I'm sure this one's going to be the most entertaining one yet because we've got a whole host full of fun people right here. Let's just start out by telling folks a little bit about what exactly is SGA, which is the Student Government Association. Josh, I'm going to throw it over to you since you are our current president. Can you just give us a little background information about SGA? And maybe if we have some folks tuning in that may be interested in SGA, what is the process for becoming a member?
All right, so the SGA, as you already said, was the Student Government Association on campus, and we are in charge of the campus life and the things that go on campus, from our campus events to keeping our students engaged, making sure students are successful in classes. We are kind of the connect-all for everything on campus, student-wise. As far as becoming a member, once you become a student on campus, you are already a member. So you don't have to fill out forms or anything, but you being a student and attending class, and even if you're doing online, I believe you're a member too. So everybody is a part of it.
Wonderful. Now, what exactly, you touched on this just a little bit, but the role of SGA on our campus. I know as the president, for example, you have a non-voting seat on the Board of Trustees. So all of the students are members of the SGA, but then we also hold an annual election, and that's where the students get to nominate and vote for their officers. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So we do have a non-voting role with the Board of Trustees, and that way I can take that back to the student body. We also, as far as the students are concerned, we're going through a major change right now. We have wonderful Dr. Aiken as our intern president, but we're looking for a new president. And part of the role of the SGA is actually I am on the board for voting. I have a vote for the board and finding the next president. So as a student, we have a voice in what we would like to see at that campus. So we're not just a number or a paycheck or anything. Like, we are our students. We are the student body. We make a difference on campus.
Right, and that's a very important remark there, Josh, because it's important for our students to know and to understand that SGA does give the student body a voice. And not only do we have the SGA president that serves as a non-voting member of the Board of Trustees, but oftentimes in different committees on campus, we may call Meg and say, hey, I need an SGA member or a member of the student body or an SGA officer to serve on a particular committee, because as an officer, it is also your role to represent the student body. Now, Shawn, Antonio, I've got two Shawn, so I'm going to have to flip back and forth there. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know that you are at work and you're hid away, so we appreciate you stealing away a few minutes to talk with us. And we hope you're doing well, and we hope you're doing safe. You do work in the healthcare field, correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
So appreciate you being here. It's nice to see your smiling face. Tell me about your experience with SGA and maybe some of the activities that you've been involved with.
I started working with SGA in the fall of 2018, early spring 2019, and I was not an officer. I was just a member, as all students are. And Ms. May kind of really pulled me in, and I became very, I guess, entangled into SGA, making sure that, you know, everybody had a great time on campus. SGA gives you a feeling of family. It gives you a feeling of a place to be. I mean, I know there's times where I've had difficulties in my classes, and I can just knock on Miss Meg's door and shed a tear, and she gives you a pat on the back and sends you on your way, and it's like the day's gone better. So that is something about SGA that really stands out to me. It really brightens my day. A lot of the activities we have, I would say we love to eat. It's all about making sure that everybody feels that they know they have a place to be. It's all about making sure that we are interconnected even while we are apart. And what I mean by that is Miss Meg and the team, along with the staff, we all try to make sure that every event that is planned, it incorporates the student body, the faculty, the staff, so everybody knows that we're all one succeeding together, that we are always here for each other, that we can get to know each other. I know we have different classes and different areas of learning, but when it comes to SGA, it's just about us all being Southeastern Community College students and us all being one together.
That is absolutely right. And y'all always have the best events. I love going over and either volunteering or participating. There's always something cool going on over in Neesmith or out on the lawn. So it's always a lot of fun. And just having that camaraderie between the students and the faculty and staff, I think is just so important. So I think it's great that you foster that type of environment through SGA. Now, Anthony, I want to talk to you for a minute. You are the current SGA secretary. I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts about your participation in SGA? How do you find that it affected you, not only as an individual, but as a student?
Oh boy. Okay, so let me start off by saying, like, I've always been a more reserved person. So going throughout early college, when I went to Southeastern in high school, I was always quiet, and I would always see the SGA officers going about doing their thing, and I was like, I could never do that. I could never be the type of person who could just be that kind of outgoing person. So coming back to Southeastern, and with everything that happened with the hurricane, like Hurricane Florence, and going through the losses that I had, and I was trying to find a way to distract myself from that. So I started helping the SGA officers, the current SGA officers at the time, which were Tanner and Kessman, and that's his name. But helping them out was great. It helped me cope with what was going on. And once Miss Meg offered me the position, she was like, you've been a big help. I think you do great as secretary. I was like, I don't know. But then after talking to Josh about it and thinking about it more myself, I decided to go along with it. And it was the best decision I ever made. I didn't think that I would do as great as I did with just branching out and forming the bonds that I have with these people, Josh, Shawn, Antonio, Mackenzie, and Miss Meg, which I already knew Miss Meg, but I think that we also grew a little closer. And it's just been it's made a difference. I've done some things that I did not think I would be capable of doing, especially like this, being actually on camera. That was not me. But I really enjoyed it. I would do it 1,000 times over. And
Well, it sounds like you've had a wonderful experience, Anthony, with SGA, and I think that's really important because being an officer in the Student Government Association not only teaches our students maybe leadership skills, but it's also a lot of personal development. Meg, I'm sure you can speak to this. There have been several students. I mean, Anthony is a good example of one that maybe you've been able to be an active part of watching them blossom and maybe become a little more comfortable in their own skin, stepping out of their comfort zone a little bit. Talk with me a little bit about that, Meg. How is it as you are the advisor for the SGA?
I tell you, I've often told people that I have the best job ever because I get to work with these students, and you get attached to these students and you get to see them grow from incoming freshmen, or in Anthony's case as a high school student, and they just begin to open up. They begin to feel more self-confident about themselves, and it's an incredible feeling to see someone begin to find who they truly are. I have worked with a lot of kids. I have been doing this job for 7 years, 6 or 7 years, and the number of students that I have gotten to know has just been incredible. I feel like I've got hundreds of kids. I've got, my 3 boys are in the other room. I'm like Rachel, I've got the door shut. I hear Dottie scratching, trying to get in, but these students become a part of my life, and I never lose track of them. And I'm sitting here crying because of what they're saying, because I realize they're getting it. They're becoming the real person that they're destined to be. I mean, Shawn is Shawn started volunteering when he was an employee at the college, and he has become such a part of my life and a part of my heart. And here he is giving back to the community. Anthony has overcome so much tragedy with the hurricanes and everything, and he is Anthony now. I mean, he was Beyonce, for goodness sakes. They are just really, really coming out of their shells. They're becoming independent. But the biggest thing is they're giving back to the college. They're giving back to the communities from, where they live. And I think that's the whole point of SGA. It's uniting our students, it's uniting our campus, and then it's taking what they're learning and putting it back into the communities in which they serve. And the incoming team is going to be amazing. with Mackenzie and Rachel and Shawn with the W, as we call him. I'm already looking forward. I can tell that it's going to be a great year. I just can't brag enough on these students, and I know that we're going through a difficult time, but these students have been there for the other students, whether it was with the pantry or whether it was just giving another student encouragement or lift up, any of that, and I'm just so thankful for these students. And I think I've been blessed sometimes more than they have from the relationships that we've developed.
Well said, Meg. I agree with everything that you said. SGA plays such an important role in the lives of our students, whether that's on campus or off campus. And they all make us so proud, especially with you, because you work so closely with them, being able to see them grow and find their place. I mean, that's such a rewarding experience. Now, I do want to follow up on something that you said. You mentioned the Rams Pantry. Anthony, I'd like for you to tell me a little bit about Rams Pantry and maybe how that came about.
Okay, so from my understanding, it was our previous president, Tanner, who came up with the idea of a pantry. It was during everything that was happening with the hurricane, and everybody was having these losses. And so they decided to open up the Rams Pantry. Now, at the time, we didn't have a proper room for it, so we had to sacrifice the office room for all the supplies and the material. That was a lot of stuff in there, but it was a good thing. It was tremendously helpful for a lot of students, myself included. And just seeing how many students were coming in and seeing how many students actually needed the help, and not just students, but also employees, and how much the need was and how necessary it was, and that it was there. And now that we have an official room for it where we can actually properly utilize the space and utilize all the things that we're getting, all the supplies, canned food, not just canned food, but pastas and waters and hygiene supplies. And it's been tremendous help. Now, how we get it is through donations. We get them all through donations and charities, and we make these connections with the donation, with the charities, and we stock them. We put it out there for the students. You come twice a month. You have to have your student ID card with the badge. You have to show it. We have to write it down and everything. And depending on the number of your household, that's what kind of supplies you get or how many you get. But
Rams Pantry is located on our campus, and the way it came about, it was need-based. We realized that we had some students and maybe some faculty and staff that were affected by the hurricane. So SGA decided to open the Rams Pantry, and like you mentioned, Anthony, it has come a long way. I think that folks have shown tremendous support for it, and I really commend SGA for bringing that to campus, because I think so many people have truly benefited from that. Now, I know that there are other efforts on campus and other activities on campus that SGA sponsor. We had talked about some of those, but it's not all, I mean, it's all fun, but it's not all games all the time, because you are able to host numerous things, like a club day where all the clubs on campus are highlighted so students can come through. There's universities that come in and talk with our students. So whenever you're involved in SGA, it's quite an experience. I don't think that you could ever imagine. I think it just opens so many doors, and you're able to be involved in so many different things. So I want to talk with Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you are our incoming president, so congratulations on that. I have worked with you with several events. You've come in and volunteered, and I think you are going to do a fabulous job. So I'm with Meg. I think we've got a great group coming in, and I'm excited to see what the new year holds. So tell me, what are you most looking forward to in the upcoming year?
So thank you very much for saying that. I really appreciate that. So one of the things I'm really looking forward to is being able to see the nitty-gritty side of the position. I mean, Josh has mentioned, being on the different boards and the different committees on top of being able to plan these fun events that we want the students to attend. So I think that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most, is being able to see the whole spectrum of the position, not just the fun, exciting events that we do, but, the ways that I am able to help voice the opinions and the needs of the students to the faculty.
Shawn, with a W, you are our incoming vice president. So tell me a little bit about what you're most looking forward to in the upcoming year.
I really like the fact that in SGA, we're not just students, but we're students who are helping to support our other students. For one, I love the idea of the pantry. That's actually how I learned about SGA, was through helping Mackenzie one day just stocking. That's all we were doing, was stocking a shelf. And she told me about how the pantry gives to the students who don't have everything that they need. And that is so cool. And I'm really looking forward to, as a student, being able to give back and help the other students. And with everything going on recently, the main thing I'm looking forward to is when everybody comes back, we are going to try to make things as good as we can for the other students and make up for the stuff that they've missed. Because that's very important for a lot of these students, They're missing out on a lot. And I think it's really cool that I'll be able to help get that going.
Shawn, you are our incoming secretary. And now, Rachel, you are our incoming vice president. Did I get that right?
That's right.
Great. So tell me a little bit about what you're most looking forward to with SGA this upcoming year.
This upcoming year is going to be really unique for anybody that's coming to Southeastern, mostly because we're coming off of a pandemic that's unprecedented. I know that word has been thrown around so many times. So I look forward to seeing smiling faces and putting smiles on faces. There's not been enough hugs and smiles and handshakes going on, and I look forward to supporting our president and our student body, and the fact that we can have events that people can come to and they can people with each other. Like, I think that we all forget what it's like to get together and just people and get to and just have fun with each other. And so that's what we keep talking about. We've had meetings already as student government on how we're going to do that for our fellow people.
Absolutely. And I'm totally with you, because I am a hugger and I'm going crazy. I have squeezed my family as much as I can. I think they're getting tired of my hugs, but I miss faces. I miss being on campus. We miss our students. I miss my friends, faculty, and staff. It is a time of uncertainty, and we're not sure what the fall semester is going to look like, quite honestly. Fingers crossed and prayers up that things are back to normal or a new normal. So I think, especially going into the fall, the role of SGA, your support for the student body, being able to give them a voice and whatever may come our way, I think is most important. So that was a good point, Rachel. I thank you for bringing that up. Now we're coming to the close of the show. And I would just like to say that if you have any questions, or if you need any information about SGA, if you would like to donate to the Rams Pantry, we will graciously assist you with that. You can certainly visit our website at www.sccnc.edu if you'd like further information. Or I'm sure Meg wouldn't mind if you reached out to her via email. That's meg.sellers, SELLERS, at sccnc.edu. This has been such a fun show, you guys. I'm so glad that you come and hung out with me in my dining room again today. So I can't wait to see you all in person maybe give some warm hugs because we miss you all terribly. So lots of great information shared here today. Meg, you're doing a great job with SGA and student activities over there. We really appreciate you. And we appreciate all of the hard work. And we look forward to a brand new year with our brand new SGA officers. I see lots of smiles on my screen, so I think everybody's excited about that. So as always, we appreciate you tuning in and continuing to show your support for our tapings here at SCC Presents. Who knows? I may still be in my dining room next week, and we get to talk to somebody different. So I'm kind of digging this. This is kind of fun. So anyway, appreciate it. Make sure that you continue to tune in. Make sure you continue to check our website, because that is where all of our updates are going to be listed in regards to COVID-19. So be well, take care, and make sure that you continue to tune in so you can see how we continue to succeed together at Southeastern Community College.